Why else would Minister Bheki Cele still have a job in your cabinet after the spectacular failure of the SAPs to protect people's lives and property during the riots of last year? Over 300 people lost their lives. You should hold him accountable, but you don't. Why does Minister Ayanda Dlodlo still have a job in your cabinet? As Minister of State Security, the lack of state intelligence during and preceding the July riots fell squarely on her shoulders. You should hold her accountable, but instead you simply redeployed her to public service and administration, while the third person responsible for July's chaos, the Defence Minister, found herself redeployed as the Speaker in this House. Why does Minister Lindiwe Sisulu still have a job as Tourism Minister? Over the past 28 years, she's left a trail of mediocrity across 5 different departments. And if that wasn't enough to get rid of her, surely her despicable attack on the judiciary and our Constitution was. Why does Minister Gwede Mantashe still have a job as Energy Minister? We've now entered our 14th year of load shedding. There are children at high school who've never known a life without blackouts. You can't speak to the world about green energy and fixing our electricity crisis while Mr. Cole can't see beyond fossil fuels. Will you hold him accountable for dragging our country back into the dark ages? Of course not. Why does Minister Patricia de Lille still have a job with Public Works? If the Beitbridge border fence fiasco wasn't enough reason to sack her, then surely the fact that our parliament burnt down on her watch should be. Why does Minister Angie Motshekga still serve as our education minister? She's had the same job for 13 years now. During this time, almost 6 million children have dropped out of school. Forget about the pass rate that she crows about every single year. It means nothing when half of the children in our country do not sit down to write their exams. If our widening inequality is as important as you try to make it sound, that is where you should start looking. Why does Minister Stella Ndabeni-Abrahams still have a job as Minister of Small Business Development? Her transgressions in her previous role as the Communications Minister and her flouting of lockdown regulations were already enough to fire her. So why promote her to this crucial portfolio, only then to appoint an outsider to come in and do her job? Why does Minister Lindiwe Zulu still have a job in your cabinet? Surely, when you saw her spraying people with a water cannon for the crime of waiting in a queue to collect a SASSA grant, there should have been no doubt that she's not suitable for the job. But there she is, still your Minister of Social Development. It seems like her and Minister Mbalula, just like every other deadbeat minister, are simply unfireable. And finally, why does Minister Ibrahim Patel still serve in your cabinet? If indeed you believe, as you said last week, that the private sector and not government should be creating jobs, why put a sworn communist in charge of trade and industry? A large part of our 46.6% unemployment rate stems from that. Accountability is something you only talk about, because actually doing something would mean firing some of your cabinet and upsetting your comrades.